your forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us late on your Friday night. We started out our Friday with a little bit of wintry precipitation of both rain and snow, but good news is high pressure has been developing, cleared out all of that wet precipitation, and now giving us an overall clear but very chilly night. As you can see on our satellite and radar right now, a very calm night ahead, and it will continue throughout most of our weekend. But temperatures right now still hanging on into the 30s, 39 in Paris, 36 in Petersburg, 35 in Danville, and just below the freezing range at 31 in Champaign. But we are going to be seeing a pretty significant warm-up over the weekend and into next work week. I will have all the details on that warm-up coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
We've all pretty much said it's very unlikely that we'd be coming back.
And the governor made the announcement today what schools are planning for now that students won't be back.
Every year we respond to some type of disaster.
Coronavirus has affected people around the world. How one U of I student is playing an active part in helping people fight it. Most streets are empty, but not this one. Why cars cruise by tonight.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
Not wanting to take the hope away from everybody.
But in the end, he says this was the news everyone was preparing for. Good evening, I'm Jessica Coons. Today, Governor Pritzker announced schools will remain closed throughout the rest of the school year. WCIA 3's Emily Braun tells us how for some school districts, this news comes as more of a relief than a shock.
Over the past several weeks, school districts have mobilized to help feed kids and provide remote learning.
Now, those virtual socially distanced measures will continue throughout the rest of the school year. This announcement comes as a bit of closure for Monticello School Superintendent Vic Zimmerman. He says they've always suspected this would happen. Knowing for sure lets them follow one plan moving forward instead of at the same time preparing for the possibility of returning to classrooms while the curve is still high.
You know, most superintendents, through the communications to our faculty and staff and then to our parents, you know, if you kind of read the tea leaves and read between the lines, we've all pretty much said it's very unlikely that we'd be coming back, kind of hitting around to that, not wanting to take the hope away from everybody.
The Champaign and Decatur school districts, along with many others, have already sent emails out to members of their school community, letting them know that virtual and remote learning, as well as food distribution, will continue. Saying, in essence, don't worry, we've got this, and your kids and our students are still in good hands. Emily Braun, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
The governor's order also means in-person events like proms and graduations are either canceled or postponed. Central and Centennial High Schools in Champaign have canceled their prom and are working on doing a virtual graduation ceremony for seniors in May, but are scheduling an in-person graduation ceremony for July at the U of I. This announcement does not affect the stay-at-home order, which currently goes through April 30th. Now for a look at the numbers from today. As of today, 1,134 people have died in Illinois from coronavirus. There were over 1,800 new cases reported in the past day. That brings the total to well over 27,000 cases in 92 counties. To keep up with the latest on COVID-19, you can download the free WCIA 3 News app. A seventh person at Fairhaven Senior Living in Decatur has died from COVID-19. The Macon County Health Department says she was a woman in her 80s. Photos of nurses and staff at the facility not wearing proper personal protective equipment circulated on social media, and those have been reported. The center says it's been following all CDC guidelines. A new drive-up testing site is opening at a Walgreens in Springfield. Store pharmacists supervise patients as they self-administer the nasal swab test. Patients can expect the results back within 1 or 2 days. This testing is being prioritized for people over 65, first responders and healthcare workers who are showing symptoms, and people with underlying conditions. A U of I College of Business student is leading the charge for treating COVID-19 patients in some of the hardest hit areas. He's deployed people to help victims in Italy and New York City, and now he's leaning on his learning as an MBA candidate to help continue his work. WCIA 3's Emily Braun has more.
For the past 30 years, Samaritan's Purse has been helping the people and the causes needing Good Samaritans the most.
Every year we respond to some type of disaster. That could be a hurricane, could be a typhoon, an earthquake, Ebola.
Whatever and wherever that happens, Brock Kreitzberg's job is to deploy members of the nonprofit to those areas for disaster relief. This year, the need was obvious. He sent people to Italy to set up a field hospital for treating victims of COVID-19.
So we had to adapt it specifically to each individual person. And they had to be closely monitored. And so we took that knowledge and then transferred it over to New York.
In New York, his team set up a 68-bed field hospital with ICU capacity in Central Park. This way, they're in the center of the fight, in the heart of Manhattan.
And the people have been incredible. And I'm sure you've seen on TV at 7 o'clock every night, people will open their windows and cheer for the first line workers. And we certainly appreciate that. And they've been very generous and welcoming to our team there.
Recently, and certainly during this mission, Kreitzberg's been leaning on his learnings from the U of I College of Business, where he's an MBA student.
Because I wanted to be a better leader and decision maker. And certainly, Geese Business School has helped me to do that.
Because he says being a leader of a nonprofit organization is one thing, but having the makings of an effective leader boil down to basic business principles.
3 things that are very important to me that I learned at Geese is the importance of transparency, inclusiveness, and collaboration.
And every day he tries to checkmark each of those concepts when people turn to him for guidance. Emily Braun, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
If you want to learn more about the mission of Samaritan's Purse, we have a link on our website, WCIA.com. WCIA 3 is partnering with the Champaign-Urbana Public Health District, the United Way, and EDC to collect homemade masks for essential employees throughout the county. Right now, there's a shortage of available cloth masks. The goal is to collect thousands. This drive will be Tuesday, April 28th in our back parking lot in Champaign. You should follow CDC guidelines for mask making. We have details on our website, and you can put those masks in a sealed plastic bag. On the 28th, you can drive up to our lot, toss your mask into a bin, and drive off without having any contact. Some other news now. We have an update on an FBI investigation in Christian County. A man was arrested for illegally having guns after a discussion in an online chat room. We showed you on Wednesday this house on Sarah Street in Assumption was being searched. 50-year-old Randall Burris was arrested for possession of guns by a felon. The FBI was tipped off about a conversation in a chat room. Federal prosecutors say the users appeared to be planning an attack or a shooting at a school, mosque, or synagogue. Burris was identified as one of those users. A search warrant of his home revealed several guns and boxes of ammo. If convicted, he faces up to 10 years in prison. We have a follow-up to 2 shootings that happened yesterday in Champaign. 2 people are still recovering after being shot. The victims are a 23 and 17-year-old. Police don't know yet if the shootings are related, and despite the pandemic, they are still investigating as they normally would. New for you tonight, Urbana police are reviewing an arrest that's gotten a lot of backlash on social media. This is a video from a bystander. Last Friday, police were called to East Colorado and South Cottage Grove for shots fired. A man was arrested. Police say he had a gun. They say the woman in this video tried to interfere with his arrest, and people are upset and asking questions about the weapons that were displayed at the scene and the degree of force that you see in the video. Mayor Diane Marlin says city leaders have spent hours going over squad car and body camera footage. There are at least 8 angles that give the full picture. She says the police chief has been directed to review all of that and will report findings to City Council.
I wish we could have responded to your questions and concerns about the events of April 10th sooner. And under normal circumstances, we would have. But these are anything but normal times as we cope with the impact of coronavirus on our community.
Speaking of coronavirus, people also had questions about why officers were not wearing personal protective equipment. For that answer and much more on this developing situation, you can go to WCIA.com right now. One town has a tradition decades old, why it's now coming back. And this is when park districts usually hire people to work at summer day camps, but that's also been put on hold. Plus, we spoke with Ayo Dosunmu on his plans for the NBA draft, what he had to tell us.